Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Tim Uy. I've been a professional character designer and illustrator for over 4 years, and I just want to help illustrators get better at their craft. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most important things an illustrator should know about, and that is how to prepare your portfolio. When I graduated from college, I was so ready to become a professional illustrator. I couldn't wait to draw for a living. It was a dream come true. And in my school's artist program, we were taught a ton of things. We were taught graphic design, illustration, photography, and so much more. And so when I started to apply to a bunch of companies, I put in everything that I learned from college. I put in illustration stuff, I put in fine art stuff, I put in graphic design stuff, I put in every little thing possible, and I sent them to so many companies. Even companies that were way out of my league, like Nickelodeon and Disney. And after months of not hearing anything back, it got to the point where I was actually really excited to get a rejection letter from one of those companies, because at least it was something. After going through the process of applying to so many different jobs and not hearing anything back, I decided to do a little bit more research on what goes into an illustration portfolio, and I came out with so much information that I didn't really know about. And this is the information that I want you guys to know, the stuff that I learned before and the stuff that I wish I knew when I was applying to jobs, so that you can go out there confidently and get the job of your dreams. Now today I'm not going to be talking in front of the camera. I'm actually going to be showing you one of the pieces that I actually am putting into my own portfolio. I really want to try to get into character design for animation, and that's been a dream of mine for quite a while now. So what you're gonna see right now is one of my original characters named Zoe. And she was such an awesome character to create, and I just wanted to draw her even more. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the speed paint, and we'll see what else you have to do for your portfolio. So the first tip I'm gonna give to you guys today is number 1, gear your portfolio to what the company is looking for. Now, I had the opportunity this year to review a lot of college student portfolios, and a lot of them struggled with this. A lot of them had, because they were taught so much, they just assumed that it would be okay to just put everything that you learned in the portfolio, when that is not the case. You need to make sure that everything that you put in is exactly what the company is asking for. So how do you know what they're looking for? Well, you gotta search the website. If they are any sort of legitimate company in 2019, they have to have a website. If the company's website is filled with cartoony vector illustrations, and that's what they're specifically asking for in the requirements for the job, then it's probably best for you to send the company cartoony vector illustrations. Don't send them fine art portrait paintings, because they do not care. The only thing companies are looking for is someone that will fill in the slot that they are looking to fill. If you want to be a kid's book illustrator, don't send publishing companies disgusting monster designs. You may be the best monster designer in the world, but if it's not what the publisher is looking for, then you might as well not send in a portfolio at all. Companies have hundreds of thousands of portfolios reaching them every single second. And in order to save on time, they need to weed out the ones that are obviously not geared to what they are looking for. One time a friend came up to me and told me that they were applying for a new job at a publishing company. This publishing company was geared a lot towards kids, and this is the position that they were going for. And they came up to me and they were like, "Hey Tim, I know that you do a lot of research on portfolios, and I just wanted to see what you thought of my portfolio." And as I looked through their portfolio, I saw that there was a ton of fine art stuff, graphic design stuff, photography stuff, and I was like, wait, this is not what they're looking for. If you look on their website, there's a lot of digital art. And my friend said, well, the company specifically said that they wanted a variety of examples. So I just sent in graphic design and fine art stuff along with my illustrations. And that's a big no from me. Okay, I told them, I was like, this is not what they're asking for. When a company usually says a wide variety of examples, they usually mean that they want a variety of styles with what they're looking for. So if they want a kids book illustrator that does a lot of digital art, they're going to want to see a lot of different styles that you can do within digital art. So when you send in your portfolio, the first thing you should check is if your portfolio has exactly what the company is looking for. The second thing I wish I knew when applying to companies is that you should only show your strongest works and artwork that you really like to do. A lot of professional illustrators advise that once you narrow your pieces of art down to what the company is looking for, you should then narrow it down even more to your strongest works. Don't include pieces that you don't enjoy doing, even if it's good. So if you don't enjoy drawing landscapes and love drawing characters, show them the characters that you've created. Because if you hate landscapes and had them in your portfolio, you actually might get hired to draw them, and then now you're stuck with a job that you don't even like doing. And this kind of sounds like no duh information, but I've seen portfolios from students. They would have artwork in their portfolio that they didn't even like doing, and I would ask, well, why is this in here? And they'd just be like, I don't know, it looks good. And that's the same mindset that I had as well. If it looks good, it goes in the portfolio. But you have to look at this career long term. Sure, you might be hired by your dream company, but if they hired you based off of landscapes, when you're really a character designer, you're gonna be drawing landscapes for the longest time. And eventually that's just gonna get old and you're just gonna be wishing that you would go back to drawing characters again. So whenever you're starting to prepare your portfolio, remember, only show your strongest works and only show work that you really like to do. The third thing that everybody should know about portfolios is that you have to know that there is a specific order to how you organize your portfolio. I'm going to tell you Bobby Chiu's way of laying out a portfolio. Now, Bobby Chiu is one of the most popular illustrators that has worked in a variety of areas in the entertainment industry. And his advice to those laying out a portfolio is, let's say that you're sending 7 of your best illustrations to a company. His strategy for portfolios is to always put your #1 piece first. The one that should keep your employer or recruiter's attention. Employers and recruiters don't have a lot of time, so make sure you give them a reason to stay, which is why your first piece has to be the best. The next thing you do is you put your second best illustration at the last part of the portfolio because you want to end on a high note. Put your third strongest piece second, your fourth strongest piece second to last, and so on and so forth. You kind of flip-flop between illustrations. Putting your portfolio in this order will have a larger chance of keeping your employer's interest. So it's a lot better than putting, your first strongest illustration, first, and your second strongest illustration second, third, and then it kind of like goes all downhill. You don't want to put it in that kind of order. So remember that there is a specific order to how you organize your portfolio. And the last thing that I want to tell you guys about portfolios is make sure that you're at the level of the other artists in that area that you're going for. In my opinion, I think gaming companies have some of the most amazing illustrators I've ever seen. They're basically masters at what they do. And there's so many people that are applying without knowing basic fundamentals of art. And it can kind of get discouraging to look at those masters up there and be like, well, I'll never be in that position, might as well not try. But I want to encourage you to practice, get better, and apply. If you don't get the job the first time, do it again. Practice, get better, and apply. I think I've applied to Nickelodeon a billion times and I've been rejected every single time, but I just gotta keep trying. So make sure that you are at the level of other artists in that area. Keep practicing, and soon enough you'll be at the level of the other artists in the area that you're going for, and then you'll get hired and you get a pat on the back from me. So yeah, there's Zoe right there, and I hope you guys liked watching the process speed painting of how I created the design of this character, and I hope that you try out the things that we talked about today in your application process. I know that applying for jobs is one of the worst things ever, but you can do it. I'm rooting for you, dude. Like you can get that job that you want. I have other illustration advice videos that you guys can check out, and I'll catch you guys later. And good luck with the application process. I'm rooting for you.